Hey guys, so I have gotten a lot of questions from you guys recently about auditory processing disorder, and the many symptoms that go along with it. And I'm not going to cover that here because I do have a couple of videos already out on that. I might embed a short 1 minute video, but we've already covered that. In fact, I think I have a 20-minute comprehensive video on auditory processing disorder, and I'll put the card at the end of this video for you so that you can look and see if this sounds really familiar for you. But this video isn't about the problem. This video is about the solution. So if you were to have your child or yourself diagnosed, you would go to a speech center, a speech therapist, and they would diagnose you, and then they would begin working with you session by session. That's what we do. But we have tools that we use, and these tools you don't usually have access to. We use therapist, tools, right? So I created this therapist tool, but it's open for you to buy as well. So it's not something that's just put out there behind the scenes that just therapists can have access to. It's actually something that you get access to. And it's so easy to use. It's amazing. It's basically all done for you. It's just the same worksheets that we would be doing in the therapy center with you or your child. So let me go through the book with you really quickly, and I'm just going to show you from my computer because it's on Amazon. So literally you could have it in 2 days. Is that not the best news ever? That you could start working on these issues immediately. And because this is written by somebody, a speech therapist, who has worked with these issues for years and years and years with clients, I'm telling you that it works. It works for me, and it works for a lot of other people. So let's go look at that right now. You can see I just went to Amazon.com, Bridget O'Neill Books, and there it is, Auditory Processing Exercises. Exercises for auditory processing, auditory attention, auditory discrim, and auditory memory. And those are all sections within the book. And there's a little section there telling you what the exercises are, so you can kind of get a clue. But if you look inside, you can really see what's in there. So let's look inside for a second. Our table of contents shows the sections: auditory memory, auditory association, auditory discrimination, and auditory reception, which are all very important auditory processing skills. And those are the exercises under each section that you see. So there are quite a few. Then there's just a quick descriptive. Let's look at our ratings. All 5 stars, by the way. Every rating is a 5-star rating. And then what do we have? We have somebody who says this is an excellent resource, a must-have for any special ed teacher. So you can see here that this person is a teacher, and you probably have many therapists and teachers that are using the product. Okay, so that was a little bit of information about the book. So I just have a little bit more detailed information, and I'm going to read from the contents here for you right now. So in auditory memory exercises, we have auditory number memory reversed, auditory word memory reversed, auditory sentence memory, both short and long sentences, auditory directions, 1 to 3 steps and 4 to 6 steps. So this should help you moms at home. Auditory memory, let's go to the grocery store, take my order. Auditory memory, listen for details. So when they have to listen and pick out and answer questions. And then auditory memory, listen for sequence. So you can see just in that one tiny section how many very important auditory skills are there, how many different auditory exercises are there. And the book is made for you to be able to use over and over and over again. So it even includes actually a screening tool, so you can kind of do a pre-test, post-test thing after you work your way through the entire book. But the exercises can be used over and over again. It's impossible for them to memorize the answers to most of them. So you'll be able to use the information again and again and again. But there's more sections. That's not the whole book. That's just one of the really small sections. There's auditory association. And you may know what that is. You might have remembered it from school. Auditory association, analogies. I think I got a worksheet on that here. Yes, analogies. An aquarium has fish. A zoo has animals. animals, right? Apples grow on trees, grapes grow on vines. And that is expressive auditory processing, when they can actually get the information out. The auditory processing is in the brain. It's not can they hear. They can hear. The processing is what's going on between them hearing, processing, and spitting it back out. Those are the skills we're working on. But there's quite a few auditory association exercises, and then there's an entire section on auditory discrimination exercises, rhyme recognition, rhyme production, same or different, syllable awareness. So this is one of those activities that's going to help in reading, writing, and spelling. Initial sound discrim, final sound discrim, medial sound discrim, and then sound blending. So auditory discrimination, as you can tell, has a lot to do with reading. So if your child does have reading issues, this might be the place you need to begin. And then auditory reception exercises, what they're hearing, what they're receiving. So yes, no questions, true, false statements, which is questions. These are all just activities to basically build those neural pathways in the brain to help your child or yourself with auditory processing difficulties. Now, what makes my books different is that they're workbooks. And they are not books about theory. They might have a small little descriptive about what each skill is, or even just maybe a listing or bullet points. But they don't go into page after page about this study and that study, and because that's not what they're about. That information is out there, and it's great information, but I don't need to reverberate it to you again and again and again. What I want to do is see results, and the way to see results is get down to the work. Get the work done. So this book isn't full of fluff. It really isn't. There's one page of descriptions of the different auditory skills, and then there's let's get the work done stuff. And every page is an exercise, basically a list of exercises all the way down. So you just open the book, and here, I'll give you a page right here. Ready? You just open the book, and you read the lines to them. And you can write on the book what their answers were, if they're right or wrong. There's, recording apparatus, right? Or you can put it in a sleeve and do it, or you can record on a different piece of paper. But basically, it's already done. There's really nothing for you to do short of open the book and use it. So it's not like you're having to create something from the blue. It's already done for you. That's because we see a lot of people in a day, and we have to go from person to person. We have to be accurate. We have to be good. We have to make changes in these kids' lives. And so that's what we do. That's why I'm doing it for you. So I showed you the Amazon page, amazon.com, where you can get it, and that's the print version. And then also on my website, you can download the digital download of it as well. So it's up to you which copy you want, which one you can use. But I'm just here to let you know that it's an amazing resource. It can change your life. It can change your child's life. It can just make life better. And that's what I'm here to do.